I'm Sam.
I'm Jesse. We are from Gaspar Sanz, and we are answering questions for musicology. So Meanderthal is kind of a song about meandering through life, not really sure of where you're going, where you've been, or kind of where you'll end up.
Yeah, exactly. And the notion of empathy and confusion comes at this point where it's very difficult for someone to ever really understand somebody else, because the only way you can ever experience anything or to empathize with anybody by nature is to put yourself into their shoes. And it's a very difficult thing to do because you can only have your own experiences to draw on. So even when you are trying to empathize with somebody else, you're really only imagining yourself in their situation using your own experiences as the impetus. It's quite a solipsistic notion, but it's kind of the way that it's why confusion and empathy for me is so intertwined, because it's such a hard thing to do, to really try and understand somebody else. And that's why I think we struggle as human beings to really get other people, because we can't, because we don't share their experiences, we haven't lived their life.
Yeah.
And so it's so hard not to bring yourself into the equation, but you sort of have to, right? So it's just a really difficult thing to navigate, and I think that's what we're trying to say here. Is
is you can just continually sort of meander through life, trying to understand other people's experiences, but only really being able to draw from your own.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Oh yeah, many.
Well, I mean, I think as a musician, as an actor and a musician, it's all about performance. Yeah, so, whether you're on stage or being filmed on TV, stage on theatre, or as performing as a musician, it's all about drawing from those, from enjoying performance and just being on stage.
Well, you're a voice actor.
Yeah.
Day job.
Yeah, so I do. The boys studied musical theatre, and I currently work as a voice actor, and so there's obviously a lot of crossovers. Standing in front of a microphone.
Also important when you stand in front of a microwave.
Just stand back. Give yourself at least 2 feet between your face and the microwaves, because you could
do some damage.
Do some damage. And so there's overlaps there for sure. I sort of work around microphones all day, and then come into work and play on stage with microphones as well.
Jimmy's doing a play soon, so Jimmy's still acting a fair bit. I did play last year.
Yeah.
I've actually been, recently this year, I've been not scoring, that's giving myself far too much credit, but I've been contributing music to plays for transitions and things, and I'd like to get into scoring a bit more, which is kind of cool. It's been pretty fun, so that's a nice thing to do, kind of get your head into a project and kind of contribute music that's part of the style and the vision of the play, and then you kind of make it homogenous. It's kind of cool. So that's something that I'm trying to get more into at the moment, which is kind of cool.
And I think it's also being comfortable on stage.
Oh yeah.
Because you've studied musical theatre, and that's kind of where you feel most comfortable. Same for me. I only did high school theatre, but I've done a bunch of TV and that sort of stuff, and so I think there's a lot of there's a lot of showing off involved. If you're going to be a musician, you kind of inherently just want to show off. Same with being an actor.
Some people to look at you.
Yeah. So
people like you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just
we're all tragic.
Totally. Last year we played Oxford Art Factory. It's one of our favourite places to play because it's just down the road. But we played a show there. What was it? August?
August?
Yeah.
Something like that. I can't remember what the night was called, but it was super rad, main room, sounded fantastic. So much great audience, everyone was just vibing.
Yeah, it was our first time playing the main room, and it's a big room as well, and there's a lot of anxiety that comes with that, because you're kind of thinking, will this place look really shit if there's only 15 people here? But a lot of people came down, and we were, kind of surprised.
Just that moment of sharing, I think the reason why live music, playing in a band for me, has got me away from musical theatre, is there's still a real kind of disconnect between theatre and not for every show, but generally there's the fourth wall, they call it, where there's a wall between you and the audience, where the reality sort of ends, but in music, there's none of that. You know, it's
Yeah.
just it's you sharing something with people who are there, and it's really you can be so present. You know, and it's like it's the most exciting thing for me is to have this sort of symbiotic give and take with an
Experience.
audience. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the closest we've gotten at Oxford Art. So
Yeah, I think that for me was kind of one of the first gigs where I was like, when you kind of look out and no longer is the place just full of your mates. when you look out and you're like, oh, I don't recognise a lot of these people. Wow, people actually like what we're doing. So for me, that was a big, meaningful turning point for my experience in the band.
agreed.
Mm.
Thanks for having us.